You know what it is. When the games are live, so are we. Welcome back to Live Lines here on the Keg channel. I'm your host, the spitting statistician, Dane Martinez. We got Matt Dickson, Mr. New to Your Town. But I found out last week he's not actually new to your town. It's just a pickup line. But I digress. We're over here. We're going to try to make you some cash on Live Lines. Yo, Matt, I got to tell you, coming right out the gate, usually we talk about like, where are the blowouts? Where do we find the rough underbelly? Not tonight. It looks like we got some good games tonight. As I look around, we're in the sixth inning. Cubs down by 1. In the sixth inning, the Phillies down by 1 at home. The Rays down by 1 at home. Baltimore down by 2 with men on at home. We got a tie game in the Bronx. We got a 1-run game in Cleveland as the Dodgers, had an old friend, Noah Syndergaard, on the hill. I think it took 9 pitches for them to get a 3-run lead and to hit the over and stolen bases. So it looks like we got some action tonight. Your bullpen data may come in handy tonight, Matt. What's going on?
I love the bullpen data, my man. Dane, good to see you. Good to see you. I have some things on my mind tonight.
Do tell.
Just to let you know. First off, if you guys aren't on Swish Analytics and doing the batter-pitcher matchups, I don't know what to tell you. Say it every week. The last 3 or 4 days, it's just been pure money. It's been absolute pure money. As the Pirates go up 6-1, we hit that team total over 2.5 first 5. Nice. So good start there. By the way, the sneaky good Cubs offense, their team total 2.5 already hit. But Swish Analytics, you can do the batter pitcher matchups, and it's a cash cow. It really is. So, but yes, some of the games, we're looking at a lot of 1-run games here.
We really are. So let me ask you.
Jump in.
These, where do you think is the biggest disparity in the bullpens? Right, because we're getting into
that's an easy one.
Inning. We got Cubs Tigers 1-run game. We talk about the sneaky good Cubs offense. I don't know if it's sneaky anymore, and I'm now staring at a total of 17.5 in that one. Cubs down by 1. Phillies and Giants, potential bullpen disparity. Let me know. Rockies and Rays, that could be an interesting one. The Rays are a far better team, although they do that Wander Franco nonsense. They are at home against the hapless Rocks, down by a run. Could be some opportunity there. And then you mentioned it, Yankees. The only decent part of this team anymore is the bullpen. They're at home against Washington in a tie game. Washington, the second worst bullpen, Matt, in the Major League Baseball with a 5.24 ERA. Yankees, by contrast, pitch their bullpen pitching to a 3.2 ERA. So that seems like an opportunity to me. Are there any other places out there that you may think the disparity of bullpens could give us an opportunity? Because we got 1-run games all over the place.
Well, obviously the Yanks and the Nats are the biggest discrepancy. Okay. But it always comes down to the number, right? If the Yanks are minus 220 or 250, you can't go there. And the Nats actually have a sneaky good offense lately. When I saw their roster to begin this year, I'm like, this team ain't going to hit worth shit.
Right.
And they've actually been pretty okay this year. So that's one that we'll definitely keep our eye on. Obviously the Rays at home.
What's that? I'm telling you right now, I've got to go into the bottom of the 7th. So the Rays have 3 more at bats. Rays money line plus 118, Matt.
Yeah.
We're getting plus money for the Rays to come on back and win.
Yeah, they have 3 at bats.
3. We're going to the bottom of the 7th right now. By the way, when Matty mulls that one over, big up to Smokestack. Got to win it today. You're right. The Yanks are bad on offense, but their pen is still decent. And he reminds us, Mr. Mike Trout has been activated from the injured list tonight. Lucas Giolito on the hill for the Angels. That'll be part of the 9:30 wave of games. We got prop bets. We've got plays for you and the late games on the West Coast as well. Mike Trout is back. What up, Smokestack? What up to everybody coming into it right now? But the first thing I pose to you, Matt, honestly, Tampa Bay. What do you think about that one? I also think it's intriguing. Baltimore has closed the gap, and that one with a lot more room to go. Baltimore now down 3-2 at home Orioles are plus 128. Rays are plus 118. You like one, the other, neither, or both of them, Matty?
Well, I would lean, obviously, if we can get that number. I mean, because we do have a guy on first and second right now.
Yeah, first and second, one out. They just locked it.
I got 2 outs in that one.
Oh, so that's probably what they locked it for. Yep,
yeah.
2 outs. So I got Baltimore plus 140 right now. They're starting the bottom of the 7th, so we got a chance to get this number plus 118 for a Rays comeback. And I got a Rosarena. It looks like I got 2, 3, 4 coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. This would be the time to pounce right now on Tampa Bay.
I kind of like both those spots. I like the Orioles.
Yep.
Second and third, and it's only the bottom of the 5th. I wouldn't mind taking both those.
In Camden Yards. Yep.
I wouldn't mind taking both those, Dan. Put our nuts right on the table.
Let's do it right away. Like they said in a little skit in a first Wu-Tang album, you put your nuts on a dresser and bang them with a spiked bat. Let's do it right out the gate. Let's do it right out the gate. I'm doing the Tampa one first because of Rosarena might go yard. And how many times have you seen it? We say something and then literally it changes right away. So I'm going to get the Rays at 114. And then I'm with you. This Baltimore team, I think is, I don't know if they're going to win the World Series. They're young. You know, there's levels to this, but they're a great story. And I like Baltimore. Let's get it. So we got some guys to root for right out the gate. We're getting home teams here, Matty. So we'll get the bottom of the 9th if we need them. And we're locked in. I got it at plus 136 for Baltimore and plus 118, I believe, 114, excuse me, for the Rays.
Like that.
All right, let's do it. As I put those in,
Kager comes in for the rest of the year. Sorry to interrupt. Kager comes in giving contender pick.
7-1 wins.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what up, Jay? How you doing, Keg? We're over here sweating out a plus 114, and Keg's like, bang, 7-1. Holla if you hear me. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but that's what he does. Whether it's NASCAR, whether it's UFC. Oh, hey, and Keg, if you're in here right now, if you're watching us, what the F happened on Saturday night? The Sugar Show actually caught him in the second round and killed him with the hammer fist, and that was it. I was very surprised about that one, but that's another story.
I'm sitting there thinking, the whole world knows that basically Sugar Sean just has an overhand right. That's all he really has.
Well,
and you still get home. No, I know, but I'm thinking, Aljo, come on, dude. You know that's his one way he can stop you, and you get caught with it. Yes. Cody, what's up, my man?
I agree with you, but Aljamain Sterling got rocked, and we have a new champion. But I digress. We'll let Keg give you all the winners there. So we got Baltimore at plus 136, and we got Tampa money line plus 114.
You're not gonna let me mess around with the Yanks, huh?
I mean, the play is the Yanks, but the last I saw it was minus 190.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'll double check on that. And by the way, everybody who's out there, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at you, Keg. You made 20 units. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm trying to make 20 units every time out there. And that's why you got to follow all of the stuff here on the Keg YouTube channel. Not only live lines, but they're taking it to the bank left and right here. You got to stop on in. And what you got to do is hit that little notification button. All right. So that every time we go live, you wind up knowing and you wind up cashing. All right. Let's get this up. I think I've got us. Bang.
Looks like a Rosarena might have had a swinging bunt
at 114. All right. A Rosarena gets on. To start off the bottom of the 7th. And we've got, listen, Westberg is up right now in Camden Yards. Base knock ties it up right there as well. Are
we still at 190 on the Yanks?
Let's find out.
No, we can't be. Well,
the Yanks, I'm at 154. 154, bottom of the 6th, 2 out, nobody on. And that's why, because we got 2 out, Nobody on bottom of the sixth. Minus 156 is what I'm seeing.
But at minus 156, we just have to win the game.
We just got to win the game. We just
with the worst bullpen against the best bullpen.
It is a huge bullpen disparity. Just to remind everybody, the Nationals pitching to a 5.24 ERA out of the pen. Worst in the National League. Only bullpen that is worst is out there in Oakland. We'll give you some plays for the Oakland-Kansas City game a little bit later on. Matty likes something there. By contrast, the Yankees, the one part of the Yankees that still is leading the league is their bullpen ERA.
So, I mean, what is that? Is that a run and a half or 2 runs difference just in the pen? I mean,
it is 2
that's
runs
huge.
Different. It is. And let's see where we are. And we're about to get there. All right. Gray has thrown 98 pitches. So we're about to get to that worst bullpen in the National League. On one side, Carlos Rodon has actually been economical, Matt, if you want to know the truth. He's been economical, 68 pitches. The one thing I say, and I think it was Smokestack said it in the chat,
Orioles.
the Yankees offense is blunt guts trash.
I know.
So
that's the thing.
They've only got 1 hit tonight.
I know.
They've only got 1 hit.
I know. Don't think I don't know that. but if Washington gets out of this inning, we're going to get this at like minus 120.
This is true. Hey, my boy Westberg, double to left. We got a tie ball game in Camden Yards. That's how you do it here on Live Lines. We got it when it was 3-2. Orioles have tied it up at 3, still in the bottom of the 5th. And now with McCann up, we got runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. A base knock here could give us a little cushion. So that's what we do. Hop on it early in Camden Yards. That looks good right now. Unfortunately, though, we got a ground ball double play in Tampa. So the 7th is now over in Tampa. Rockies still with a 4-3 lead. But listen, Colorado is like 20-25 games under 500. Meanwhile, Tampa's 20-25 games over 500. We'll see what happens there. And we will get them, the meat of that order again, probably, if it gets to the 9th like that. So I'm still confident in that one. You really want me to bet the Yankees, don't you?
I'm just saying, okay, we should be able to get a really good number with the better team at home.
Yankees aren't a better team than most right now, but yes, they are minus 140. I will say this, and because I've been watching this game, and Tom Zaffino has it as well. The Nationals have made something like 3 or 4 outs on the base paths tonight. Okay, it was like in the last inning, I think in the 5th inning, not 1 but 2 guys tried to stretch something into a double and got hosed at second base. So we'll see. What up, JW? Back in the building. Michael Swervin.
I mean, the Yanks are 60 and 64 in the best division in baseball, and the Nats are 57 and 66.
Listen, here's what it is for me. And, you're going to talk me into betting the Yanks. All right.
That's you admitted that's
psychology on my own team, right? But Gray, who has been so good, right? Only giving up 1 run. And by the way, it was a solo jack to the number 9 hitter, the light hitting catcher. But he's at 101 pitches, right? So this Yankees offense that has been so shitty is now going to see the bullpen, So we're getting to that spot. That would be, to me, the argument. Gray, who has kind of held them down at least through 6, he's not long for this game. So we're going to get 3 at-bats against that bullpen.
Well, Smokestack. Okay, and that's fine. They're struggling right now. But to say they're not better than the Nats
they are the better team.
Saying something.
They are the better team.
They're in the best of it. They have to mess with Tampa, Baltimore, Boston.
And Washington
Toronto,
is not that.
And they're basically a 500 team.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
But also, remember last week, was it last week or 2 weeks
ago?
And
we're in the pens, by the way. So it doesn't even matter. Right now we're 3 innings away.
So here you go. Minus 140 still. Minus 146 going into the top of the 7th. And just as a little check for you, Washington's going to have 5, 6, 7 up.
If I thought that the Yankees could fucking score another run, I would be like, let's do this. Right. But it's like the Yankees may not score again. I mean, at least the Nats have a halfway decent offense. But again, this is a good pen against a bad pen.
It is. It is. The bullpen disparity
is glaring.
It is the argument here. So wait, how about this? What about a little team total action? Okay. What if I told you Yankees are 2.5, even money to the over? Washington also 2.5, but plus 128 to the over. Or do you expect this to be like a 2-1 final? Because we got a game total of 4.5 as well. I'm over here talking about we're talking about a good Yankees pen and a shitty Yankees offense. Under 4.5 right now is plus money. 3-1 final, 2-1 final. Under 4.5 is plus money. Now, if you've been,
I like that.
Line, you actually know that goes against.
I know.
I like, because the 1-1 begets 2-2, which begets the over. But what do you say about that one? Maybe that's the way to slice these hairs here. I believe I'm with you on the bullpen, but I also am with Smokestack that the Yankees offense, can't
I'm with them too.
Bad right now. Under 4.5 is plus money. What do you say, Matty?
That's your team. I'm gonna let you decide. But yeah,
last time you did that, it was against the White Sox. We were getting like 4.5 runs, and then the Yankees offense exploded somehow.
I like it. What's the juice? There is one out.
Money before the under 4.5 was plus 114.
Should have gone
now
up.
The leadoff man made an out in the top of the 7th, and now we got an 0-2 count. So now it's minus 102. Pretty much even.
Oh, went down. Yeah, went down. My bad.
Got one out there. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you decide. I lean yes. So
I like it. I think we go under 4.5 here.
That was a good call. I like that. We should do that.
We go under 4.5 here. There is that good old short porch and right that can really break our hearts on this one, but I like it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So we are out the gate firing tonight, Maddie. I'm with it. Under 4.5. Let's get that right now. We're looking for a 2-1 or a 3-1 final. If this game gets to 2-2, we are toast. But I'm going to put it in right now. Under 4.5. Let's get it. And then, the best thing for us would be for the Yanks to get 1 run and 1 run only in the bottom of the 7th, and we don't even have to see them in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, and then the bullpen shuts them down.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's put that up on the live lines as well. Oh, we got Lounge back in the building saying smash. I don't know if he's smashing that or if he's smashing something else, or if he's got a fine piece at home that he's smashing. Viper 47, what's going on, my man?
Up, Viper?
Let's add to the banner right now. I'll take it down.
What can we get? Now this is going to be a long shot, and I know you're doing something, so whatever.
I'm listening, though. Don't worry about it.
The Guardians to money line.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Sinbar's still in.
That's got to be a big number.
You would think so. Hold on a second. I'll find out for you in a second. The Guardians money line, you're saying? To come on back? Well, because they're down to the Dodgers, right? And the Dodgers just give you like an extra 40 cents pretty much, no matter what.
It's got to be
240. It's only a 1-run game, though. And I know how much you love that Cleveland bullpen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 240. You got the home team.
Right. And you think about it, the Dodgers scored 3 off Syndergaard in the first, right? They haven't done jack since then.
Yeah, I was hoping to get closer to 300.
It just zoomed up to 280.
Yeah.
It just went up to 280.
It's not a bad spot, but
it's not bad, but I can't do it. I personally can't do it.
No, I'm with you. I was trying to get a bigger number. Right. The Orioles left the bases loaded last time.
They did. I saw that. We are out of we go to the bottom of the 8th in Tampa. That game's still 4-3, so Colorado didn't do anything. Let me ask you this. We got 2 1-run games going into the bottom of the 7th. Tigers up on our sneaky Cubbies by 1. Phillies down by 1 at home against the Giants. I'm wondering about comebacks there. in both of those games. If you wanted to try to get the Cubs, you ready for this? This surprised me. Cubs are plus 330 to come back, Matt.
What?
You
half unit. The snap bet, half unit. I don't even care if we do a quarter unit.
It's because we're going to the bottom of the 7th here. So they've got
that's okay.
Just cleared the top of the 7th. Philly is plus 112. They are the home team. After we stand up and stretch, they're up. But you like the Cubbies?
Well, yeah. Let's just do a quarter unit. It's plus 350, right?
It's plus 330, but yes.
I don't know. Let's just do a quarter on it or a half, whatever you want to do.
I'm not mad at you. We're really firing early today. Plus 330.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you're doing. I could take over here.
Yeah, you gotcha. So do you like Philly at all to come back?
I would really want to see who's coming up in the next 3 at bats. Well, that's stupid because everyone's coming up in the next 3 at bats.
Fair enough. Marsh just got on as the leadoff man, and that turns the lineup over now. So we got Turner, Castellanos with the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 7th in Philly, but that plus money may have gone away. Let's see. I
would say it'd be close.
Plus still 120 for the Phils.
With the leadoff man on.
With the leadoff man on and Schwarber on the top of the lineup up. And it's going up for some reason. 0-2 count on Schwarber. It's up to plus 130 for Philly.
I see they got Rogers on the mound.
They do. By the way, we go to the bottom of the 7th in the Bronx. Washington has not scored. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. That game tied at 1. We're looking for a 2-1 Yankees final here, if you want to know the truth. And that Yankees pen, which is part of the rationale for us, they've got to get 6 more outs. That Yankees pen has to get 6 more outs, and they're going to see 7, 8, and 9 in the 8th inning. So we get a run across the board. We manufacture a run here. That one could look good. By the way, Siri leadoff single for Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 8th as well.
He may swipe that. Batista's in. What, is he going for a 6-out save? That's interesting. Oh, no, he's not in. That's not Batista. I was talking about the Orioles there.
We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Siri could maybe snag that base.
He could. Oh, speaking of stolen bases, we were throwing shade to Noah Syndergaard before. There was also, he's horrible at holding runners on. There was a prop over 1.5 Dodgers stolen bases at plus 160 tonight. That Mookie Betts led off the game with a single, stole second, stole third, and there it was, and then it was gone.
There it was.
And there it was. So, too bad we didn't come on, at like 7:30 for that one. So we're all over the place already. We like Baltimore to come back. They have tied the game. We like Tampa to come back. That's what we got to see right now. That's a good big spot. And we got 2 runners on. We got first and second, nobody out in Tampa Bay.
Had to go to the glasses here. Getting old.
It's getting serious. He's not only new to your town, but he's rocking the glasses as well.
All right, we got to get this run in here for the Rays.
Yeah, the Rays.
If we can tie this game up, we're a huge favorite.
Oh, forget tying it up. We're going to hit a double to the gap and take the lead here, man.
And we got through the top of the 6th in Baltimore.
We did. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees, leadoff man hasn't done anything yet. Let me ask you something. We never see it. But honestly, if I'm the Rays right now, I bunt them over, bro. I bunt them over. You never see it anymore. The sack bunt, National League.
Times. Yep.
But we're in the bottom of the order. Get me guys 2nd and 3rd with 1 out here. I'm done with this like 3 true outcomes league that we play in. When you got to be able to. And then the funny part is, Matt, you see it when we get to October. Once we get to the playoffs, then all of a sudden people start to think about how to manufacture runs.
Yeah, because one run in October. The reason they don't do it, they say the analytics, is it takes away a big inning. But if you're winning 3-1 in the bottom of the 9th, 7th game of the World Series,
it's ridiculous.
You got a guy in first and second, you're bunting them over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I understand Billy Bean and all the statisticians and all the charts and graphs and Excel spreadsheets, but you have to mesh that with like
real world
on some level, right? Like I'm not just a gut guy or I like the cut of his jib or whatever like the scouts were in the 70s, but like on some level you really have to understand time, context. Thank you, Cody. He's with me too. You got to get that run home.
Yeah, I mean, if one run means that much to you, if it's like a 3-1 game or something, you bunt them over. I mean, if it's not in the first inning, but in the 9th inning, 8th inning, bases loaded, no outs for the Rays.
Okay. So we walked the guy, bases loaded, nobody out. That's looking good. By the way, Marcell Ozuna just went yard in Atlanta. Braves take a 3-0 lead. I got caught last night, man, on Mets Braves. Mets went up 2-0, I think it was, or 3-0 in Atlanta last night, Matt. And I thought it was a perfect spot to get back on the Braves,
Right.
But then the Mets ultimately, pulled away and won that game. I think it was 10-4 was the final. I was like, oh, give me the Braves here at home against the Mets. But, I got banged out on that one. So we got to get at least one. We should get 2 runs here at least, right?
I mean, I hope.
Tampa? Guess the number, Maddie. Tampa is a minus 360 favorite on the money line right now with the bases loaded.
Hey, we can come back and get, what can we get on the Rockies?
We could get the Rockies at plus 280 now if you want to get cute with it.
Wow. Would we get the Rays at?
Minus, let me bring it back up. Now they're at minus 400.
But didn't we get the Rays at plus money?
Plus 280.
So we get the Rays at plus 114 and we can get the Rockies at plus
280. But then the Rays win. That's just the 14 cents we get.
No, I know.
I'm holding firm. I think we have. Let's see what happens.
I thought we got in the 130s. At the 130s, I may take my money.
Baltimore, we got at 130. It was Baltimore.
Okay.
I do believe.
Oh, we got a big time double play candidate up for the Rays.
Who, Betancourt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Baltimore, we got at 136. Tampa, we got at plus 114. I know, Cody, you can guarantee the profit, but the problem is that Tampa one is just plus 114, right? So you bet or you bet like 3/4 of a unit on Colorado at this point.
Yeah.
That because it's so much. I like doing that more instead of just betting money line on both sides, where I like doing that, Cody and everybody else, especially in the NBA. In the NBA, you can wind up getting plus 6.5 on both sides. Because it's such a game of runs that you can get that, hey, base hit in Tampa. And we're going station to station. So we've tied the game at 4. It is 4-4 now, bottom of the 8th. Still bases loaded. Still nobody out.
We probably got a Rosarena and Diaz coming up in the boys, I think, pretty soon.
Yes, because we're at the 9 spot in the order here. Okay, they're pinch hitting, I believe, in the 9 spot. And then when it flips over, we will get, in fact, Diaz and a Rosarena. So, and listen, this is the bottom of the 8th. So then we get 3 outs and we walk away a winner.
I didn't like those. Hated we went station to station there, though. I got to be greedy.
Because it sets up the double play, keeps the double play live also.
Yeah.
But to be honest, ground ball double play, 5-4, 6-4-3 double play, we still take the lead on that.
Yeah, with 1 at bat left for the Rockies.
This is true. We're trying to get as much as we can. I hear you. Baltimore does not score in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the 7th, tied at 3 in Camden Yards. The Yankees did not score in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th there, tied at 1. Remember, we're under 4.5.
What can we get on the cards? Can we get something? Can we get crazy with like plus 800 and 900?
You trying to match what Kegger's throwing out there, huh? We are getting on the Cardinals. Yeah, we can. I can get you 13-1 on your money.
Throw a fucking yes. not even
your team, huh? You're attacking your Pittsburgh pen?
Yeah. We got first and second, no outs, down 4. Give me plus 1,300 with, I don't give a shit if you do 1/10 of a unit. That'll pay a unit.
Yeah, I mean, it just locked. It just locked. It won't be no 13-1 when it pops back up because it was locked with just a man on second. So let's see.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what happens here. What I need to get is a damn base hit in Tampa. Base hit in Tampa would give us a 2-run lead here. That's what we really need.
What do we got? 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I got a 2-2 count on the pinch hitter.
3-2 count.
Okay. I mean, a walk would be great. You know, if you've been with live lines a bunch, we bet a game, and then all of a sudden the reliever walks 2 or 3 batters in a row.
Something happened in Pittsburgh. There's just a guy on second now. What did he get? He picked off. I don't know. That's good.
Yeah, just a guy on second and an out. It's gone down to 1280. I told you I could get you 13-1 on your money.
Let's do, like I said, let's. Oh well, no. It was first and second, no outs. Now it's second, 1 out.
All right. Bases loaded, still in Tampa, nobody out.
Just put the ball in play, my man.
Yeah. Really?
No, he made an out.
Was it a productive out?
No.
Nah. That's unfortunate. But then it flips over to Diaz and Rosarena.
They better not
avoid the double play ball.
They better not have bases loaded, no outs, and not score.
Well, they already scored the run to tie it for us. Remember?
No, I know.
Diaz is up 1-1 count on him. Still bases loaded.
He's definitely a double play candidate as well.
Oh, we did something big. We did something big, baby. Because now Colorado is 14-1 to come back and win.
It had to have been at least a two runs.
It has to be at least.
Yeah, it had to have been probably a single. A home run would have.
It's just a base knock. I got 5-4 Tampa, but remember now.
What are they doing?
Still loaded.
We're going station to station.
They are going station to station. That's pretty funny. My man Mead's got to come. I mean, I don't know what kind of base hit it was. Maybe it was just a little bloop. Maybe it's something like that. But regardless, Rays are up now 5-4. Randy Rosarena is at the dish. Base is still loaded. Only 1 out. I'll take a sac fly here to give me a 2-run cushion.
Hit by pitch, catcher's interference.
Sure. Give me a ball. And we've seen that before,
pitch
right?
Ball.
We saw that. I think it was Royals Mets, the walk-off balk in extra innings. Rosarena's up. We'll see what happens there. Leadoff man on for Toronto in the top of the 7th. That Kiermaier got on, and that flips over the Toronto lineup. It's Merrifield now. You got a single in Pittsburgh. That game is now 6-3, and Goldie is up with a man on and 2 out. A jack out of Goldschmidt would make it a 1-run game. Oh, you can't be serious. I got an update for you, Maddie. The Cleveland Guardians have taken the lead.
Yeah. I wanted plus 300 and I couldn't get it.
No, didn't we put like a half a unit on that or something?
Did we look? I forget. Look at the bottom. I don't think we did.
No, the Cubs we did at plus 330. It was the Cubs, not the Guardians. We got the Cubs at plus 330, and they are 2 out, nobody on. However, Cleveland has taken the lead here. They're still hitting in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, it's 7-3 too. That game's over.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Dude, I missed my spot.
Calhoun went yard. 3-run shot out of Calhoun. Wow. We talked about it briefly. I don't know if anybody got on it.
Yeah, JW, I would probably like that, definitely. I mean,
plus the 3.5.
Cardinals are even still batting. Yo, you can get the Cardinals plus 3.5?
That's what JW
that gives them the lead.
That's what JW is saying. I see it plus 2.5 plus 172.
Yeah, okay. He probably put that up and it took me a minute to read.
Maybe. Tell you what. We got nobody on for Washington in the top of the 8th. Man, 2 outs now. 2 outs now. So that Yankees pen just needs to get us 4 outs and then maybe score in the bottom of the 8th. Rosarena still up here. It looks like they may be going to the pen. That's what's happening in Tampa. That's why we haven't given you an update yet. They go to the pen, bringing in Bard to face a Rosarena. We got it out in Baltimore there.
You know, we probably need to start doing our units rather than our record, because we take a lot of underdogs.
We take plus money. We take plus money. And by the way, anybody who is worth their salt is not giving you minus 170s here, time and time again. You're right. It's just that, Matt, that requires more math from me.
We're busy doing other stuff.
That's what I want to do,
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
But you're right. When we got things like, the plus 330, when I hit the Kyle Tucker home run at plus 5 something, that evens it out. Any real sports investor knows, there's a way that you could go 32 and 49 and still be very profitable.
Oh, the keg at the end of the year will be 70 games under 500, but right. 70 units up.
That's right. Absolutely. Oh, solo shot into the short porch and right in Yankee Stadium. The Nationals take a 2.
There's the pen that we love, that I love.
Remember, we went under 4.5. So now, ironically, what we need is the Yankees to not score.
That's right. I don't know why I was thinking that. I don't know why I was thinking that we took the Yanks. We didn't.
We didn't take the Yanks. We took under 4.5. So now all that needs to happen is the bats of the Yankees have to stay as quiet as they've been for a while. A Rosarena 2-2 count. 5-4 Tampa here.
A knock here, I mean, we should be good.
Oh, yeah. If a Rosarena can get on even, I'll take a walk. Anything. So when we see what happens with Randy Arozarena.
Cubbies are threatening. That's a plus 330 for us.
Cubbies? Yeah, they are. I got second and oh, no, though. Morel grounded out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. That
would have been huge.
Detroit. We're still got Arozarena up.
3-2. 3-2 count there.
We go to the bottom of the 8th in the Bronx. Nationals on the strength of a solo home run by Abrams. Washington goes up 2-1. Ugh. And the Yankees will have Judge, Torres, and Stanton, who, by the way, are a combined 0 for 8 on the night. Remember, the Yankees only have 2 hits so far tonight.
We were going to have to get through that anyway in the next 2 innings.
Full count on Arozarena here. A walk would give us a 2-run lead.
He must be fouling some pitches off. We're at 7 pitches here.
Right. Smokestack saying, "Don't sweat it. The Yankees are bad." I'm with you. And listen, I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I'm a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I gotta like the Yankees, right? But right now, I want them to go quietly in the night.
Man, that Cubs would be nice.
It would be
plus 330. Although I think we only did a 1/4 of a unit on it, but still,
we got a 1/4 of a unit officially on it for sure. That Cleveland would have been nice too. We talked about that. And they are now up 7-3 at the end of 7. That was a Yankee Stadium home run, too. Right down the right field line. It went a total of something like 340 feet. Full count on Arozarena still I've got.
Pitch number 8, facing Daniel Bard. It's probably a good matchup for us to at least put the ball in play.
I think we did.
Is it in the air or on the ground?
I'm not sure, but the odds changed in our favor.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Now Colorado's 34-1 to come back, but I don't know what actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what actually happened yet, but
fucking Cardinals are still hitting. We had that 13-1.
Yeah. So Goldie must have done something, right? Goldie.
Yeah, and then Arenado walked.
Arenado walked as well. I see full count on Arenado. So that's bases loaded then, right?
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Contreras up. Double would tie the game in Pittsburgh. We talked about that.
74.
Rosarena had a base knock. It is now 7-4 Tampa. That's how we do it. 7-4 Tampa. That sounds good.
Who do we got? We got Wilson Contreras up.
Viper tells us he dropped the ball. LFG, vamos coño from Cody. That's what it is.
What can we get the cards at now?
7-1. I know you've been intrigued by that the whole damn time. 7-1, bases loaded. Contreras at the dish, but with 2 outs.
A double here. It's tied.
Yes, we also get what we need as the Orioles get out of the top of the 7th. Toronto had a man on. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the 7th in Camden Yards, and this is our time, Matt. 2, 3, and 4 for Baltimore coming up this inning. Mountcastle, Gunnar Henderson, and Hayes. So the meat of the Baltimore Orioles order, bottom of the 7th, that game tied at 3. Oh, double out of Paredes in Tampa. It is 8-4.
Let's go.
Tampa. 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th out of the Rays.
Should we put up our late games? When do those start? 9:10?
9:40 I've got. We got half an hour still.
Okay.
We got a little, and by the way, we've got plays for you coming up in Marlins, Padres, Royals, A's, and Rangers, D-backs. Okay, so those games where the first pitch, I believe all of those are at like 9:40. They are. So we got half an hour for that. So I want to focus on Camden Yards for a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, Rays just scored again.
Rays scored again. That one looks good for us. 8-4 there. Yankees with the meat of the order coming up. We got to get through Aaron Judge here is what really needs to happen. We got to get through Aaron Judge because now at this point, if the Yankees tie it at 2, we ultimately lose our 4.5 because the 2-2 game means we definitely get to 5. But we've got one out in the bottom of the 8th. Judge was unable to do anything. So now it's Torres and then Stanton. And I'm less worried about Torres and Stanton these days. You
understand what we have to endure here, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Washington bullpen.
Yeah. I mean, but we have the Yankees offense on the other side. This Yankees offense has 2 hits tonight.
Good point.
So far, both of them by the 9th hitter, the catcher, whose name I can't pronounce that well. So I'm not worried about it.
You can't pronounce it. It's that you can't pronounce it that well.
We may not see his spot in the order. Camden Yards and Yankee Stadium are the hot spots right now. Rays hooking us up. Bases loaded again for the Rays. They've batted around in the bottom of the 8th. 8-4 lead with the bases loaded. We got them, if you remember, at plus money earlier on. The Cardinals are out of that inning. It is still 6-3 Pirates.
And we get plus 2,000 on the Cardinals.
14-1.
Shit.
Okay. Or 1480, almost 15-1 for you. Gleyber Torres with an 0-2 count on him. So we are 5 outs away in the Bronx from that one staying under the 4.5. The live total has gone down to 3.5 in that game also.
I see the Tigers. The Tigers got first and second, no outs. Son of a bitch.
They do. That's not good for our quarter unit.
That was a stretch. I mean,
you said it going in. You were like, "This is a long shot," but hey, Mountcastle leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Orioles has an 0-2 count. Gleyber Torres with a 1-2 count in the Bronx. Did you see that the Chi Sox fired their entire front office today?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they fired the GM. They fired someone else also.
So it wasn't Tony La Russa's fault last year?
Listen, my man was asleep in the literally asleep in the dugout half the time.
Not only does he sleep in the dugout, he sleeps in his car behind the wheel.
I mean, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And then he pulls, "Do you know who I am?"
Yes. Yes, I saw that story. Mountcastle strikes out swinging. We go to Gunnar Henderson. Did you see what happened with Gunnar Henderson in Oakland over the weekend? Oh, my God. Yo, Maddie, I would love to get your thoughts on this. Because on the one hand, it's a young team. I kind of like that team. So Gunnar Henderson was 3 for 3 with a double, a triple, and a home run. Okay? In his next at-bat, he laces one down the right field line. The right fielder kind of gets over to it, Gunnar Henderson decides to put on the gas and stretch it and go for the double and gets there. His own dugout was like, stay at first. You had a cycle. You were about to hit for the cycle. Stay at first. But he instead got aggressive on the base pass and got another double.
No, that kid plays that way. That's what I really,
and that's to be respected. But
I like him a lot, and yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that.
I am too. I just thought it was hysterical. Like even his own dugout was like, nah, like trip and fall, bro, and go back, do something. Stumble.
He didn't pull the Lance Stevenson. Do you remember that where he just like threw it off the backboard to get his 10th rebound so he could double?
By the way, Siri hit a grand slam in Tampa. It is 12-4 Rays, 9 runs for Tampa in the bottom of the 8th. I'd say that one is coming home for us. Gleyber Torres makes an out. Stanton is up and facing a 2-0 count. I don't want him sitting dead red. That's the problem. 2-0 count to Giancarlo Stanton. Just don't give him a meatball fastball.
3-1 count on that.
I've got it at, it was 2-0.
Oh, what am I looking at?
Now
I got 3.
No, you're ahead of me. Now
I got 3-2.
Now it's a full count. Now it's a full count. Yeah.
What was Judge is behind him in the order?
No, Judge made the first out of the inning.
Oh, we got out of the inning. Okay, we need
3 outs. And we need the Nationals offense to not explode. They could actually get us 1 run even if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just the Yankees side that can't get us anything out.
So the one we're kind of sweating then would be in Detroit. We got second and third, 1 out. Again, that's a quarter unit. But
it is. And Torkelson, who, by the way, has been red hot lately, he's up. Men on second and third, only 1 out. I've got the Orioles do not score in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th inning there in Camden Yards. That game is tied at 3. And the Jays have the meat of their order. Vladdy Jr., George Springer, and Varsho up for Toronto, 4-5-6 in the top of the 8th for the Blue Jays. We are out of the inning in the Bronx. I think you said that already, Stanton. I'll give you one guess as to what he did. He struck out. And
oh, yeah, I did say that, yeah.
Yep, we go to the top of the 8th there. Any thoughts on the kind of the Heartland games? Seattle's up 2-1 in the 4th on the Chi Sox. Twins up 3-2 in Milwaukee. That game now in the 5th. And Verlander is on the hill for the Stros tonight, I believe. And they're up on Boston 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't hate runs in the Marlins-White Sox game. I'll tell you that.
In the Mariners-White Sox game?
Yeah. Mariners-White Sox game, exactly. I'm an idiot.
Don't hate runs. Okay. 3 runs in. We're in the top of the 4th. Live total, 8.5 for the game. We've gotten 3. We would need 6 more. Clevenger against, I think it's your boy Wu on the hill.
Yeah, I think Wu was pitching tonight.
Yeah.
We can circle back.
We can circle back to that one. Vladdy Jr. leading off the top of the 8th for Toronto in Camden Yards. 12-4 Tampa. They're still hitting, Matt, in the bottom of the 8th.
They've been up for half an hour.
They're still hitting in the bottom of the 8th.
We need a ground ball in Detroit badly.
Yeah, we do. Bases loaded, 1 out in that one. Remember, that was just a quarter of a unit, though. Yeah, Cody, you're right. The EVP got fired in Chicago as well. The GM and the vice president got canned for the White Sox tonight.
I mean, when you look – their pitching staff isn't any good. But when you look at that offense you should be winning some games. You should be 500. I
agree. And you say that their pitching is horrible. Going into the season, there's Cease is, I thought was going to be good this year. They traded Giolito. He's got good stuff. Kopech at times had good stuff.
Good point. Kopech could be.
That's 3 starters right there that are not horrible.
Yeah.
They got Clevenger on the mound tonight. On paper, and then when you talk about that offense, right, between Elrob, Eloy, Moncada, Tim Anderson, they should be better than they are. That's why I thought it was Sleepy Tony for a little while there.
I mean, just Lou Bob and Jimenez and Tim Anderson, those three guys right there should, I don't know.
I agree with you. Hey, we haven't talked about this game much, but Daniel Vogelbach has gone yard in Atlanta, and the Mets creep back. It's 3-2 Atlanta, still in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want Atlanta, and you just.
I agree.
You can't lay it.
Agree. Though, if I was gonna bet anything in that game, honestly, it'd be Atlanta to cover the run line.
Yeah.
You know, they're up by 1 right now. Them laying the 1.5 is minus 125, but I'm not touching that game. I'm just letting people know that
Detroit scored somehow. I think he walked them in. Like the bullpen's always
8-6 there. In Baltimore, Vladdy made an out, and we got an 0-2 count on George Springer. That's really the spot right now. And we're also in the top of the 9th in the Bronx, still 2-1 Washington. So those are really our big spots here. We're 3-3
count.
We're tied at 3 in Camden Yards. We've got the Orioles on the money line, and we are in the top of the 9th in the Bronx. The leadoff man has gotten on for Washington.
Let me guess, he walked him?
I believe so. I think you're right.
That's just what bullpens do.
Yeah, it was a walk. Middleton is in. This is the guy the Yankees acquired at the trading deadline. The reliever, I believe, from the White Sox. 0-2 count on Springer.
I mean, do you want to look at the Braves minus 1.5?
No. Okay. I don't like doing that because I'm not going to get the bottom of the 9th as it looks right now, you know?
Well, but the juice should be priced accordingly, right?
It's still minus 136. So, no. If they were in Citi Field, I'd be interested in that, knowing that I'd get all the at-bats, you know?
They did get out of the inning in Detroit with bases loaded, 1 out, so we're still somewhat alive.
They did. So the Cubs will have to get 2 in the top of the 9th.
9-1-2.
So you know it's 9-1-2. It's 9-1-2. Yeah. Our boy Danny Swanson went yard. We go to the bottom of the 9th in Philly. Last chance for the Phils. 7-8-9 there. We toyed with that. Ultimately did not pull the trigger. Springer struck out. So we got Varsho up now. Top of the 8th in Camden Yards. Leadoff man on for the Nationals. We're in the middle of the order here.
1 out there.
Yeah, it's going to come down to, just so you know here, in the bottom of the 9th, the Yankees will have 5, 6, 7 Volpe, Harrison Bader, and Pereira for the Yankees whenever they do get up.
I'm fine with that.
We're watching what's going on in Camden Yards, but you know, let's do this, Matt. We got 15 minutes until first pitch of those West Coast games. We got Cody out there saying, can't wait to hear your thoughts on some of the night games. So let's start with you, Matt. Royals A's. I know you got to play in that one. What you like in that one?
Well, I mean, if you look at this game and you have 2 starting pitchers that are both bad, and you have 2 bad bullpens, 2 of those 4 are just going to blow up in this game, if not one of the 4. This game's going over. I know that the A's really can't hit, although they've been hitting better lately. The Royals have really come on with their offense. 8.5 with basically everyone who's going to throw in this game is not good. I mean, I think we can get there with that. And it's minus 110, so I'm cool with that.
All right, there you go. So Matty's on Royals A's to go over the number of 8.5. Got it at your standard minus 110. That went over at DK. I am going to San Diego, where the Fathers are entertaining the Marlins. Listen, for me, I'm fading Jesus Luzardo in this one. Listen to the last 4 starts, Matt, for Jesus Luzardo. You ready for this? 3 2/3 against the Astros. He gave up 5 earned runs. The timeout before that, 3 1/3 against this horrible Yankees lineup we're talking about. He gave up 7 earned runs in 3 1/3. 5 1/3 against the Texas Rangers. He gave up 4 earned runs. 4 2/3 against the Detroit Tigers. He gave up 4 earned runs. I think the Padres can get to 5. I got it at plus money, Matt. Padres team total over 4.5. And every time I do this show, you talk about the Padres lineup, almost similar to the Braves lineup, that it's hard to get through, what's going to be the Machados, the Tatises, the Sotos, the Xanders, hell, even your Cronenworths that are out there. I think this is a solid lineup. They got 6, I think, on the board last night. I think they won 6-2, something like that, 5-2, 6-2. I think they can do it again. I think Luzardo has been bad lately, so I think Padres can get to 5. So I've got them over 4.5. That at plus money over on FanDuel.
And I actually took the first 5 for the Padres team total over. So I'm basically with you on that.
Awesome. Sounds good. I've got good news for us. The Blue Jays do not score in the top of the 8th. They had a man get on, but Chapman struck out. So now we get to 5, 6, 7 for Baltimore. It'll be Westberg, McCann, and Cedric Mullins up for Baltimore in the bottom of the 8th. So that's what I think happens in San Diego. We told you what Matt thinks about Royals A's. You've also got a prop play in Arizona, right, Matt?
Yeah, and again, if you guys were here at the beginning of the show, I was talking about the Swish Analytics, the batter-pitcher matchups. Guys, it's just money. It really is. It's won like 4 or 5 days in a row. If you just take the guy who's seen the pitcher the most, just blindly take him. And you don't have to worry about the juice, because if he's not been successful against the pitcher, you're going to get plus money. You know what I mean? So just blindly take it. And today, that player is Ketel Marte against John Gray. He's seen him 36 times. He's hitting .455 against him in 36 at-bats. If he was hitting .55, I would take him. But he's hitting .455 against Gray in 36 at-bats. So, and we're getting plus money over 1.5 bases. So
there you go. The total basis for Ketel Marte plus money over at DraftKings. Washington has 2 men on here, first and second with 2 outs. We can actually withstand a single. It's right now at 3. We've got it under 4.5. 2 outs, first and second in the top of the 9th here. Vargas up now for Washington.
We did get who was it? Was it Dansby on? Somebody on.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Man on first, 1 out here. Your boy Nico Horner up at the dish. A home run would tie the game in Detroit.
I thought you said we got out of in Baltimore. Did we get out in Baltimore or no?
I believe we did. I
must be.
Yeah, I got. Oh my goodness. Chapman struck out, but then there was a pass ball. So maybe he got on base on the strikeout.
Oh, so we were out of that inning.
We were out of that inning.
Oh my God. So annoying.
It looks like, yeah. So I'm not positive on that one. Hold on that one. If anybody in the chat is watching that game, let us know.
Okay, they got out
count in the top of the 9th here on Vargas. Tom Zaffino says just ended the inning.
Okay.
So
we got a couple sweats here. We got a couple sweats.
Yeah, we do. It wouldn't be anything without a couple sweats. Viral video saying, yo, what up? He's saying he's debating 2 things. He likes the Diamondbacks first 5 money line. And he's thinking Padres first 3 money line and eat the juice. Listen, I want the Padres to score. I want the Padres to score early, so I'm not mad at you there. Zaffino is telling us that they just ended the inning, so maybe we are out of it. Oh, so we are out of the inning, by the way, in Baltimore.
Can we get out of the inning in New York or what?
That is the next thing. It did turn over. Jansen got up after the Chapman strikeout, so there was kind of that. But then we got a ground ball there. So we do go to the bottom of the 8th in Baltimore. Now what we really need, though, is to we got a 1-2 count on Vargas here in the top of the 9th in the Bronx.
We need – who's up? Is it Belly that's up for the Cubs here?
I've got Hap up.
Okay.
But I've also got that the game is over.
Okay.
I've got 3 outs in the top of the 9th showing here.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't fucking matter then.
We are also done in Tampa, 12-4 final, so that is a win.
Well, so our plus 13 pretty much ate up that quarter unit. So we're basically up a unit.
Correct.
Can we do something here in New York?
That's what I'm looking at. We are out of the top of the 9th in New York.
The one we probably missed that we could have made some good money on was that Cleveland.
Was Cleveland. Yeah. Vargas flies out, so we go to the bottom of the 9th in the Bronx. Washington up 2-1. It'll be Volpe, Bader, and Pereira.
So that family we made up for multiple teams.
And we're hearing Matt's internet, those little pop-up windows on Matt's computer. Ain't that a bitch?
So annoying.
It sure is. But that's okay. So listen, we need 3 outs in the Bronx and the Orioles in the bottom of the 9th.
Don't we still have the Orioles in the bottom of the 8th?
I mean, excuse me, bottom of the 8th.
Okay.
Bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th in Camden Yards.
Shit, I was saying I wasn't afraid of runs in that Mariners game, and it looks like at least 2 more have scored.
I got it 4-1 Seattle in support of your boy Woo. Still 3-2 Minnesota. Houston up 3-0 behind Verlander.
I really don't hate the Brewers.
Coming back?
Yeah, I mean...
They're down 1 run at home. What kind of number would you like? And then I'll tell you what I see.
You know me. I got to be greedy.
You're not going to get the number you want, but hey.
You can watch your favorite teams.
I got plus 170. Is that enough for you?
No.
Okay. They are the home team. That Minnesota Pen is middle of the road. So is the Brewers.
But I'll tell you what, plus $2 might interest me, being the home team down 1 run.
Being the home team down 1. Listen, that's what we did with Tampa. That's what we did with Baltimore. The home team down by 1 going into this stage of the game, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. It's plus 166 right now on the money line for the Brewers.
Let me see who the Brewers put out today. My fucking internet. What's going on?
The spot we got to watch right now is the Bronx. The Yankees have last licks coming up right now. That's a 2-1 game. We're under 4.5. Westberg made out to start off the bottom of the 8th in Baltimore.
You know what? We're not that big of a favorite in that Yankees game. I mean, I'd say minus 180.
What? So you're saying you think the Yankees? It's basically a prop bet, right? Will the Yankees score a run here?
Right. And again, if a run's a half an inning, not for the Yanks. I mean, they don't score a run every half inning, but
they have 2 hits on the game, Matt, and both by the catcher. The 9 in the 9 hole. I mean, anybody can run into one in the Bronx. I'll tell you that, to be sure.
I would rather be us than not be us, but
exactly. I'm not mad at us. By the way, Phillies, remember they go to the bottom of the 9th. They've got runners on the corners with Schwarber up and 1 man out. A sac fly out of Schwarber would tie the game.
Yeah, Duvall's on the mound. Oh.
And now it's 2nd and 3rd.
I would rather face Nolan Ryan.
I saw Nolan Ryan throwing out the first pitch recently.
And like
85. He blew gas. It was impressive. What is he, like, 70 years old now or whatever it is?
I'm trying to think. I think he was he a rookie in 1968? So he was born in 47. Right. That would make him 76. I don't know.
7. He would turn 80 in 4 years. Yeah. Smokestack, don't let the Yankees lure you. Not make me bet them. No. We're betting you. We got the under here. We just need 3 outs out of them, Smokestack. You've been talking smack about the Yankees offense all night long, Smokestack. Now I just need 3 outs.
And you're preaching to the choir. We're with you. We believe you.
I'm with you. They've got 2 hits on the game. So I just need that to continue. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th in Baltimore. That's going to be our hot spot. That's going to be our spot, really.
Well, we should get the meat of the order in the 9th, I think.
Mullins right now is the 7-hitter. So I would love us to just get a little bit something so we can flip it over and get back to routing him, right?
Yep. And when this Orioles team brings up Jackson Holiday,
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
With Gunnar Henderson and
you think they will? For the stretch run?
I don't this year? No, not this year.
You mean next year?
Yeah.
All right. Volpe made out, so we got 1 out, but we got a 2-0 count on Harrison Bader, 3-0 count on Harrison Bader. Can we get strikes here, people? Can we get strikes? 1 out, nobody on, 3-0 count to Harrison Bader. Mullins with a 1-2 count in Baltimore. Bases loaded for the Phillies with Trey Turner at the dish and only 1 out.
Yeah, we had an opportunity there.
We were talking about that. That as we came on, there were a number of 1-run games that I was interested in.
Ryan C just cuts right to the chase. He says, "Just don't bet baseball."
It is a grind, Ryan. It is a grind.
So he walked up.
Oh. He walked Bader. Yes.
All right.
Walked Bader.
We just roll the ground ball, right? That's it.
Ground ball would end the game. Ground ball double play would end the game. And the first pitch is in play. Fly ball to center field. We've got 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th in the Bronx. We are 1 out away from that one staying under the 4.5.
Who's on first, Dane?
Harrison Bader. He might steal.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He can run.
I don't want a stolen base here. Because the outfield's going to play no doubles. First and third's going to play no doubles.
Oh, Trey Turner singles. The Philadelphia Phillies, I believe, win the game in walk-off fashion. That's another one we could have had.
You know what I'm saying, Dane? We'll play no doubles so that.
No, I don't like. Yeah, but I don't want no defensive indifference. You got to throw down at least, because then a base knock ties it up. You can't. You gotta try to shoot him down.
Yeah, they will. But I'm afraid. He probably will try to steal here.
You make the last out trying to steal.
Yeah. I mean, the stolen base success percentages are like 85% or something.
Absolutely. Especially with the new bases, like looking like pizza boxes.
Yeah, right. Like, aren't they 4 inches bigger? So that's like 8 inches. You closer or something?
Mm-hmm. We got a ground ball to the left side. And the game is over in the Bronx.
Let's go.
The game is over in the Bronx. We got a 2-1 final, it looks like.
Would we get that at?
I believe that was standard. It's on the scroll.
Okay.
104. Minus 104.
That puts us up almost 2 units.
So yep. And now we go to the 9th. We go to the 9th in Baltimore.
All right. So we're out of this.
Just cash it.
We're out of this night profitable if we just.
Smokestacks has told you about the Yankees. Yo, we were with you. So listen.
No, he thinks that I was against them. I'm not. I mean, the only beef I had is that we were talking about maybe that Washington was better than the Yankees.
It was the bullpen. It was the bullpen that we were.
It was the bullpen. And I'm not even saying that the Yanks. I'm not even saying the Yanks are a lot better than Washington. But I think
Viper 47 saying we're eating tonight. With the Yankees game going final, that's a cash. We were ready. We bet Tampa at the perfect time, people. Okay,
we did.
At plus 114. They erupted for 9 runs in the 8th inning. That's a cash.
Man, the two games I was really looking at. More runs are going to be scored in Chicago. Here it comes. And we
got bases loaded, nobody out. Yep. Against
the Brewers have first and second, no one out.
Yes.
Shit. Now it's too late on both of them.
Let's see. Let's see what the Brewers are. Let's see what we can get the Brewer crew at.
Shit, missed the Guardians.
I got Milwaukee at plus 142. No.
I knew that.
It just caught up for me. Minus 115 though. They expect a run here. They expect Milwaukee to at least tie it. Minus 118. But listen, here's what I'll say. It's the same blueprint that we've been attacking all night, Matt. Right? Baltimore down by 1 at home. The Rays down by 1 at home. We mentioned it a ton of times. Philly was down by 1 at home. And now we can apply the same thing to Milwaukee. This is a battle of two teams right now that are leading their central divisions. Milwaukee is about 10 games over 500. Minnesota, in the worst division in all of baseball, somehow leads that division 5 games over 500. So it would be the same kind of model. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now with an out in the bottom of the 6th, men on first and second, I can get you plus 110 for Milwaukee.
What about I was going to say, what can we do in Chicago with the White Sox? What's the game total?
10.5 with bases loaded, 1 out in the 5th.
Man, there's going to be more runs in that game.
10.5 is where we're at. You think there's going to be 6 more runs?
I mean, clearly it depends on this inning.
Sure. Well, you got bases loaded, 1 out right now. So.
Right. I mean, if they get 2 in here, but
but our regular full unit plays are 2-0 tonight. We threw a quarter of the unit on our sneaky Cubs that did not come home. But and then we got 2 outs in the top of the 9th here. Kiermaier did nothing. Merrifield did nothing. Bichette is up now for Toronto. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 9th. In the bottom of the 9th, Baltimore will have 8-9-1 coming up.
I prefer 9-1 too, but whatever.
I agree with you. I'll tell you what, with Toronto, man, if you are a man of a certain age, like myself and Matt, they got so many second-generation dudes in that lineup.
Yeah.
Like, when I look at that lineup, like, just the last names are hysterical. Bichette, Guerrero,
Biggio,
Gurriel. Smokestack telling us the Brewers tied it up there. Same logic, same exact logic, hopefully. And the Brewers now go to minus 320 on the money line.
Of course they do.
It was a double. They now have men on second and third, 1 out. They go to minus 320 on the money line. We saw it at, I think, plus 110, I told you. Same exact kind of blueprint. Same exact kind of look that we saw with Baltimore, that we saw with Philly, that we saw with Tampa Bay. So, again, sometimes we don't get them all in. Hopefully you're listening to us, watching us on some kind of iPad or second screen as you're watching the games. Okay. Cody tells us that Cubs bet isn't supposed to win at a high clip, but long-term it makes sense. Of course. And that's why Maddie said, quarter of a unit, But Red score to go up 1-0. That game is early. That's the one off, I believe, Giolito. Mike Trout back for the Halos in that one.
All right, so the one we're sweating now would be
Camden Yards.
We got
and we're out of the top of the 9th. We're out of the top of the 9th. Bichette grounded out, so we get 8-9-1 for Baltimore. We're trying to get a go homer here. Just so you know, to clean that up, it was Marcana who singled. Contreras came in around to score, tying it at 3. That game in the bottom of the 6th. Still second and third, 1 out. Getting to the bottom of the Brewers' order.
White Sox got out of that bases loaded.
They got out of it.
Wasn't it bases
4-1?
Wasn't it bases loaded, no outs?
It was basic. I'll tell you what happened. It was Milwaukee takes the lead Oh, Milwaukee takes a 4-3 lead. We told y'all.
Stab me.
It was bases loaded, nobody out. Then we got a fielder's choice force at home, then a strikeout, then a ground out.
Oh, by the way, the second best play of the day was McCutchen for total bases, and he had like 5 behind Ketel Marte.
Gotcha. Marlins don't score in the top of the first. We go to the Fathers. Remember, we need the Fathers to win in the first 5. Someone in the chat had him in the first 3 innings. I've got their team total, so we're all hoping that the Fathers can do work. And I mean, that lineup, man. Show me your Tatis, Soto, Manny Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth, even Gary Sanchez. You know, the Yankees offense could use Gary Sanchez these days.
Well, yeah, and their little leadoff hitter, Kim, is tough. He's not Rod Carew or anything.
Yeah, but he puts bat on ball.
Yeah, hey, I mean, he's not an easy out. He gets on base, sets the table.
Absolutely.
He's all like, here's a play for you. Like for him, you could take him over 0.5 runs scored on DK, and that's a very good bet.
He gets on, and he has the big boys.
You got the hammer behind him.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We got a question, Matt, for you from Listen Lounge. Where do you find the Batterverse pitcher data?
I find it on swishanalytics.com.
Swish Analytics, Loungy.
Appreciate the question there.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, we're not only giving you a fish, we're teaching you how to fish, my friend. You know,
McCutchen, actually, I take that back. McCutchen was the best play. He had 94 plate appearances against Waino. 94.
Wow. Well, when you've been in the league as long as Andrew McCutchen has.
Well, and Waino, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it sets up perfect. I mean, it's not – I'm not tricking anybody. But when you see someone 94 times
yeah, you start to understand what they've got. You start to understand what that movement looks like. You start to understand how they're trying to get you out. So absolutely. Bottom of the 9th here. Remember, we got the 8-9-1. Interestingly enough, they're hanging the Orioles at minus 205. And it just jumped up to minus 220, so that's a good thing.
And no one got on or anything? Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. But the count cleared for me in what I was watching. So let me see.
I still have it. I got 2 balls, 1 strike.
I got a man on first. I got McKenna on first. Base knock to start it off.
Let's go.
Base knock to start it off.
Ooh, we're sitting at a plus 136 on this. This would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. And the 9-hitter up. Remember when I talked about bunting the guy over? You flip it over for Adley.
This would be not a bad time. You're right.
Then you got the top of the order with 2 cracks at a base hit to win the game. You know?
I wouldn't be shocked. Mateo.
9-hitter.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if they did.
We'll see. I would be, just because it doesn't happen these days anymore. By the way, if you caught us on the Brewers, they have put up a 3 spot so far in the bottom of the 6th. They were down 3-2. They're now up 5-3. Still runners on the corners. Still only 1 out. We don't get them all in. We don't tell you all the time. We don't make it all official on the scroll. We don't all hit submit all the time. But if you were listening to us, maybe that's another one you got there. So 1-1 count on Mateo, who's the 9-hitter in this order with the leadoff man on at first. The leadoff man, I don't know about this guy McKenna. Is he a threat to run?
No.
Okay.
Mateo's a very free swinger too.
Yeah, 1-2 count. So there goes the bunt attempt with 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, knowing him, he wouldn't be able to get the bunt down. You know what I mean? What's up, Jerome?
I hear you. But this is interesting because regardless of what happens here, we're going to flip it over to the top of that Orioles order, which is dangerous, okay? Which is dangerous. We're talking about Rauschman, Mountcastle, Gunnar Henderson, Austin Hayes. If we can get back to the top here, Adley is 2 for 4 on the night as well.
I mean, obviously, I'd take a strikeout before a double play, but just keep the ball off the ground here.
But if we could just get this guy over even, I'd be all right with that. 3-2 count, full count now on Mateo. A walk would be beautiful.
I'm surprised they didn't go to one of their studs here. Usually in the ninth, they'll go with
non-save situation.
Well, they have 2 guys in their pen that I would have ran. No. Yeah, the Blue Jays. They could have put out Romano or Hicks.
What's going on, Gerardo? Smokestack asking, "Are you ready for college football?" I'll give you one play. Give you one play for college football this weekend. Navy, Notre Dame, under either the game total or the first quarter total. All right. When I think about the service academies, it's Sam Hartman, who had just transferred from Wake over to Notre Dame, his first outing, and this game is not in America. Okay, so it's a long way from home. I like going under in the first quarter of that Navy Notre Dame game, or maybe even the total of the game, which I last saw at like around 50-51. I think that's too high. When do you see the service academies playing 30 to 20 kind of games? I don't.
No, I'm with you. Although I do like Hartman a lot. Fuck. What happened? Did he strike out?
No, pop up.
All right.
Runner's on base.
The Brewers back on.
We flip over to the top of the lineup. Rauschman, he's got a 1-0 count. Still the runner on first base, but now 1 out in the bottom of the ninth in Camden Yards. Wow, the Brewers, man, 7-3 Milwaukee.
We missed that by 30 by.
We really did.
Minutes.
We were looking at it. We were talking about it. We just didn't go all the way on that one, but hopefully you did. If you were watching us and listening to us, that's another one we were definitely debating why this was a good blueprint. You got it, Smokestack, anytime, brother man. I like the first quarter better than the full game. I was surprised to see the full game one in the 50s, Smokestack, but I do believe, first game of the season, like across the pond they're playing. I like the first quarter under if you can get a number there.
And I gotta give an NFL play. I mean, if you can still get the Steelers at 8.5 wins, you gotta go over.
Love yourself some Steelers.
What are we doing?
Tomlin,
that would mean if they don't get 8.5 wins, that means Tomlin had his first losing year in 17 fucking years. Not only that, they won 9 games last year without a healthy TJ Watt, with Kenny Pickett at his rookie year, without the big tight end, without Calvin Austin, without Allen Robinson. Nick Herbig is a poor man's TJ Watt. They got
that. It's really because you guys didn't have Watt for a good chunk of the season. That's the big one to me. Full count on Rauschman. The only thing, and listen, I'm not mad at your play there. I believe in the Ravens this year, Matt. I believe in the Ravens this year.
Those guys can beat up on each other.
Yeah. And I would say something. I'm down with fading the Bengals this year as well in that division.
I mean, they're a better team than they were last year, and they won 9 games. Right. And they had a harder schedule last year. So what's Adley doing? We got 3-2 on Adley.
He grounded out.
All right.
He grounded out, but the runner moved up to second, so it's not a double play ball.
And Mountcastle struck out 3 times tonight.
So now we got Mountcastle with a runner on second. Base hit wins the game in Camden Yards. Base hit would win the game in Camden Yards. The Brewers finally out of the inning in the 6th. We picked the right time. And let me tell you guys something, because we can't get to everything. The 5th and 6th innings of games is when shit starts to go haywire. Okay? That's when you're getting it. Oh, Viper tells us that Ketel Marte struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, I saw that. Right. But, it's a double whammy around the 5th and 6th inning, because not only have you seen that pitcher 3 times, even if they go to the pen, you're getting the soft underbelly of the pen. So you're getting a bunch of bad pitching in the 5th and 6th inning.
Yeah, and you can always bet that, like, will the run be scored in the 6th inning? I like that. I like that one a lot. JW likes the Browns this year. It's interesting.
It's all Watson. Yeah.
I mean, you get Watson for 17, but I feel like still, Cleveland's best when they give the ball to Nick effing Chubb. You know what I mean? I don't care. Yes, Watson and Cooper had a better year than I thought in his first year in Cleveland last year. But that's Nick Chubb all day long, and I think they are better when they are a run-first offense. I fear that Stefanski is going to try to get cute and all of a sudden try to turn the Browns into something they're not with Deshaun Watson. And then, we're going to be at Halloween and it'll be like, no, let's just give the ball back to Nick Chubb.
Those 4 teams may split every game. They may all go 3-3 or.
That's going to be a gauntlet of a division, to be sure. To be quite honest, I think the AFC East is going to be good this year. I think you got 3 really good teams there. I've always liked the Chargers on paper out there in the West as well.
They do. They play well on paper. That's it.
On paper, they look really good. They always have. But
they play well inside TV sets. Yep.
We'll see.
We got our boy Gunnar Henderson. Let's do it.
Gunnar. Mountcastle got on base, by the way.
Yeah.
What'd he do? Oh, they intentionally walked him.
Interesting. Wow.
To face Gunnar.
I wouldn't have done that.
Mountcastle had struck out 3 times.
I wouldn't have done that at all. I'd much rather.
And it's not like you got to set up a force or anything. You got 2 outs.
Right.
All right. We'll see what Gunnar can do. The ball is in play. Looks like it might be just a ground out. I'll let you know in a hot second. They're not telling me, though. If it gets through.
Maybe he booted it.
He's out. We'll go to extras.
Shit.
We'll go to extras. We'll go to the 10th. It is the 9th inning is done in Camden Yards.
Athletics scored.
All right. We need the over in that one, right?
First and third, 1 out. Let's get 2 in the first.
Smokestack. I can't get behind that, Smokestack. You're trying to ride with Russ. He thinks the Broncos win that division. You do, what are you predicting injury for Patty or something like that? I think the Broncos are the
third
best team in that division.
Don't you think that Russ is washed?
I think that he is not as washed as he demonstrated last year. I think they'll be better under Sean Payton, but I still think that Kansas City and the Chargers are in class above. Personally.
Hey, bold pick though. Bold pick.
Sure.
They could play defense. They got a good home field, that's for sure.
They can play defense. Hope springs eternal in August, and no one can breathe when they go play Denver in Mile High.
I know. Yep, very true.
So,
White Sox scored shit there. They're already.
L. Rob went yard.
Man,
2-run shot by L. Rob. But you're right, Smokestack. A lot of teams go from worst to first. It happens every year in the NFL. If I had to pick a team to go from worst to first this year in the NFL, who would it be?
Well, it could be Cleveland.
Could be.
Because I think they'll be around that 9-8, 8-9. And I think that whole division could be 9-8, 10-6, 10-7.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, remember, I'm trying to pick a last place team to go into first place. I believe that Justin Fields is going to take a huge leap this year. Yeah, I'm telling you. And we've seen it time and time again. When they give the young quarterback a true number 1 receiver on the outside, things change. Think about what happened with Hurts when they got A.J. Brown. Think about what happened to Josh Allen when he got Stephon Diggs. That kind of thing. And I don't Detroit is a nice little story. They had the offense, Amon-Ra, sure. But I don't believe they're the favorites to win that division.
Well, you know who else they have? Well, he's gone for 4 games, but Jameson Williams.
I think it's 6.
Oh, is it? Once you get
right?
and Jameson Williams both going at the same time, that's going to be tough.
I hear that. But if I had to pick a last place team, I think Fields has the potential to make that big time jump. I think that offense will be better, and I think that division is kind of wide open. I could listen to someone I respect make a case for Detroit, make a case for Minnesota, make a case for Green Bay. I mean, Love has been there for a while, and I could find ways to make a case for Chicago.
We're fucked in Baltimore.
Yeah, we are. 2-run homer out of Brandon Belt.
Shit, we were a decent sized favorite going into this inning.
Yeah, going into this inning. Remember, and with the runner on base, the home run becomes a 2-run shot. And then Vladdy doubled right after that. So they're stringing some together in Camden Yards right now.
Okay, well, we're still profitable. Okay.
Yeah, and listen, we get the runner on second base to start as well.
That's true. Yep.
So just like they got a leadoff homer to start the inning, we could string some together, start the inning as well.
Athletics got another run, so that's good. That's
2-0. 2 for the Oakland in the first. We'll take that. I am going to move to the Blue Jays at those games. Let's see what else we got.
So we missed out on the damn Brewers. That's the one.
Yeah, Milwaukee we missed out on.
And the Indians.
And the Indians. Hopefully, though, y'all heard us and y'all got down on Cleveland and or Milwaukee. Finally got one out in Camden Yards. It does move the runner over to third base, though. A deep fly ball. Moves the runner over to third.
Interested to see who Toronto is going to put on the mound.
Now it will be a save situation. Still 3-2 Atlanta, but they are not covering that run line that we were talking about.
Yeah, right.
Marte 0 for 1. We talked about that.
So we had a couple big misses here.
What's that?
I said we had a couple big misses, like timing wise.
The Cleveland and Milwaukee ones were the biggest one, and to be honest, the Phillies. I was talking about the Phillies on the comeback also, and they ultimately did win the game in the bottom of the 9th. So JW says the Bears D line is why I think they struggle. Listen, there's a lot of reasons the Bears struggle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that. Let's put it this way. I think I would be interested to see what the Bears' win total is.
Yeah,
and I'd be intrigued to potentially go over their win total.
I'll tell you what, their wide receivers got better, right? They
bring in DJ Moore.
Claypool.
They're Steelers guys, so Claypool. And their third guy is who was their leading receiver last year, Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Komet's decent as a tight end. So you got some weapons for Fields. Listen, again, tempered expectations, but if I had to pick a last place team, I'd be intrigued there.
Yeah. I found it interesting. Detroit got rid of both their backs, Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift.
Well, they drafted the kid out of Alabama, right?
Jahmyr Gibbs. I really like.
I do too. I'll tell you what, though. I love Swift in Philly. You put him behind there was good offensive line in Detroit also, but he's going to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield.
I got a vent for something maybe you can help me with. Why is Anthony Richardson go at like 3 or wherever he went, and the kid from UCLA, Thompson? Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
He goes wherever, third, fifth.
I'll tell you why.
Well
50
wait.
pounds. 50 pounds.
But the kid's a better passer. He's a better runner. All you have to do is turn on the tape. One guy goes third overall. One guy goes 100th.
I agree with you.
When 100 is a better player.
I saw a bunch of UCLA games where DTR was the best player on the field. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I think what it is that he's like 195 pounds versus Anthony Richardson, who's like raw, but he's playing at like 250. He's like Cam Newton, Big Ben with that kind of raw.
Don't you just have to watch the tape and see he's better than Anthony Richardson?
I don't disagree with you. I think people passed on DTR because is he really built for the kind of you know, is he built to withstand the hits that he takes?
I think people take too much stock in the damn combine instead of watching the tape.
Everybody looks good in t-shirts and shorts, right?
Yeah, he's a stud at the combine, but if you turn on the tape, he wasn't any good.
I don't disagree with you. DTR, I also love when teams, I guess this is coming back to whoever was on the Cleveland Brown side, I love when the backup quarterback has a similar skill set as the starter. So that if they have to come in, it doesn't change too much. To be quite honest, going back to the Ravens that I'm talking about, like Snoop Huntley comes in for Lamar, they don't change much in their playbook. They're still doing the same things.
Yeah.
We got 2 outs now in Camden Yards, still 5-3 with the runner on third. Matty Chapman is up. So listen, if it stays 5-3, Matt, we still got a chance with the O's.
Yeah, especially with the guy starting at second.
Just as I say that, it is no longer 5-3. It is 6-3 Toronto.
Yeah, Pro Bowl Huntley, yeah. I
digress.
Made it
was a wild pitch. It was a wild pitch to bring in the 6th run for Toronto.
Yeah, we're in trouble there. That's
now
all right.
We are in trouble, yes.
The Royals come back first and second, no outs. Man, I'd love to be 4 runs, but in the second inning, that would be nice.
That would for the over 8.5. I think it was there. Zip in San Diego in the second. Zip in the bottom of the second in the desert as well. Pro Bowl Huntley says Smokestack. Yeah, I mean,
was he the worst Pro Bowler of all time? I mean,
well, nobody wants to go anymore, right? Between the injuries, the Super Bowl team, and then people just being like, "Nah, I'm good." And I think, at least when it was in Hawaii, Matt, right? Like people be like, "Oh, I get a trip to Hawaii. Cool, I'll go." Yeah. Now it's like Orlando, that weekend in between. Who wants to do that?
Well, why? You can play kickball and dodgeball now.
Sure.
One's fun.
Some of those are cool, though.
No, dodgeball's not bad. Yeah.
I also like the one, I don't think they did it this year. They had a drone drop the ball from like crazy heights, and it was like trying to catch a punt. But they just made the drone go higher and higher.
Did you ever see that video of Pac-Man Jones who caught like 4 balls? Like he would catch one and hold it, and then catch another one and hold it. It was pretty impressive.
That's funny. That's funny, though. Viper says having the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl is just dumb. I agree with you.
Speaking of Pac-Man Jones, what was he on Barstool? He ran the 40 like last week in like 4.49 or something. Really? Yeah, it was like something. It was something crazy.
Brandon Drury has gone yard for the Angels. Tied that game up in the bottom of the second. Cronenworth up for the Padres. Still nothing going on in that game.
We're in the bottom of the 10th.
Correct.
Baltimore.
Yep. Yo, Mets knocking on the door. We're in the bottom. We're in the top of the 9th in Atlanta. 3-2 Braves, but the Mets have runners on first and second. Nobody out.
I was looking at that, but I'm like, I can't bet against Atlanta right now. I mean.
What if I told you
400? I'll take it.
320.
320?
Yeah. Oh, and now it just went down to 210.
Oh, shit. So they probably got a single there.
Maybe. Or maybe that's just me catching up to the runners on first and second, nobody out.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
That's what it could be.
Because now plus 100 with no outs and a guy on second when tie game would be interesting.
Yes, but they're down 1, 0-1 count on the kid Alvarez. Plus 220 I'm staring at. Now our Orioles, by the way, who we were looking at, who we got at plus 130, I believe, they're 10-1 to come back. They need to put up a crooked number here.
They're only 10-1 to come back?
Plus 1060, but, basically.
What are the Blue Jays to hold on?
Minus 2,000.
These straddles are ridiculous.
I know. The gap is crazy. It's 4-5-6 for Baltimore. It'll be Gunnar Henderson on second base to start the inning. Back-to-back homers for the Halos. Drury homers, then Moustakas homers right after that against your boy Ashcraft. You were against them last time out also.
I took his under Ks, and he pitched 7 innings and struck out 2.
Like 2, right? Yeah. That was
This is a big moment here already in Oakland. We get 2 or 3 here.
Oh yeah,
we'll be sitting pretty.
That's true. Bases loaded, 1 out there in the top of the second.
Arizona got the bases loaded, no outs.
Arizona does have the bases loaded, no outs. It's not the part of the lineup you care about, though. We got Peterson, the 7-hitter, up. Marte is in the 2 spot tonight. 1 out in Baltimore.
1 out in Baltimore. I got Romano on the mound.
Yep. Somehow the Mets made an out on the bases, it looks like, because now there's just a runner on second and 2 out. You don't like to see that. How'd that happen? Oh, Albert's grounded into a double play there. All right, so it's getting late for the Orioles. Mets with a runner on second, 2 out, base hit would tie that game. The Milwaukee one is something we missed by like a minute or 2. And we'll see what the Royals do here. If they can get on the board. Remember, Matty gave out the over 8.5 there.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases juiced in Oakland. I mean, this is a bunch of bad pitching in this game. I understand it's not murderer's row, at bat, but this is some bad pitching that's going on in this game.
2 out for the Orioles. They're down to their last out, down by 3. So while they tied it up for us, it does not look good. Toronto put up a 3 spot in the top of the 10th. So that one's getting away from us. That would be. Listen, we hit 2 of the 3 full unit bets. We lost a quarter of a unit.
Yeah, we're up a half unit, right?
Yeah.
3/4 of a unit.
Yeah, we're profitable tonight so far. Do we want to give the people something else? It is over in Atlanta. The Braves win that game 3-2. It's a good thing I did not take that run line at one point we toyed with. We're out of the bottom of the second in San Diego, still scoreless there. Let's see what Kansas City can do here. I got Duffy up with the bases loaded. He flew out. 2 outs now. Bases loaded in a big spot if you have the over 8.5 like Matty does.
So he didn't get him in, Duffy.
He did not get him in. So now 2 outs and bases loaded. This will really have a big impact on the total, whatever happens here. 0-1 count. If you wanted runs in Chicago, Matt, we got bases loaded, top of the 6th for Ty France.
Yeah, well, that was one I said there was going to be definitely runs.
You said there'd be definitely runs.
But it was like something crazy. I forget what it was. It was 11.5.
10.5. It was 10.5. The game is over in Baltimore. Blue Jays win 6-3, so we don't get the comeback win there for the Orioles. We did get the comeback win for the Rays. We did get the under 4.5 in Yankees Nats. Where am I going to go?
I guess we really got nothing pending, Dane.
We do not. Do we want to we could look one more time at the board here. See if there's anything we want to give out.
What total do we have in Chicago?
Let's see. In Chicago, we are 9.5. Oh, wait.
Sounds just low.
Hold on a second. It's locked because France just did whatever he did, I think. Yeah, France just did whatever he did. So let's see. It's 10.5 right now. I'll let you know what he did. And then maybe we go around. We got to run.
Yeah.
So once again, it happens like as we're saying it, because I know you were looking to go over whatever the number was, weren't you? Because you were talking about how there'd be more runs in Chicago.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we got 5-1 now.
Oh, Royals, let's go. 2-2.
Kansas City has tied it at 2. Base knock there. Remember with the bases loaded. So yeah, it's 5-1 now, and that is now 10.5 is where we are. So let's recap. Your boy Marte is going to get up again soon. Corbin Carroll is up right now. So Houston up 3-0. That game in the bottom of the 7th. We haven't really touched that game. It's been 2-0 or 3-0 the entire time. We're staring at a 4.5 total. If you're interested in that, our boy Kyle Tucker at the dish. 5-1 Seattle. That game in the 6th. Still with the bases loaded. So
Stupid,
only went out.
Stupid question. Can we get the Royal or the Sox plus 3.5?
The White Sox?
No, the Red Sox.
Oh, yes, but at minus 215.
Why do they even hang? Why don't you
just hang the 2.5?
Yeah, right.
In that situation, I agree with you. But no, you can get the 3.5, but at minus now 205. Angels are up 2-1. Remember, they had back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the 2nd. They're still batting, or they just finished the bottom of the 2nd there. 1-0 Miami. That game in the 3rd, as someone just went yard there. Jorge Soler just went yard. Arise is up now. Arise is down to 357.
Wow.
After being around like 390 at the All-Star break.
But you know what about Arise? That if you look at the back of his baseball card, that's an old reference, but if you look at his stats, even through the minors, this guy hits like 350 every year. It's the craziest.
Didn't he win the batting title in the American League last year? He prevented Judge from winning the Triple Crown, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think last year he prevented Judge from winning the Triple Crown. I think Judge finished at like 313 and Arise was hitting like 319 or something to win the batting title. Cody wants to know, as we're kind of wrapping up here, you like anything live in Royals 8?
I mean, my initial would be runs, right? I mean, that's been my
on the over.
Yeah. I would say runs.
Just got another one also.
Who do you even bet? Like in a Royals athletics game, who do you even bet? Like,
I hear you. I like that.
What position can you even take in that game? So I would just say runs or no runs, and I choose runs.
Okay. So again, 3-0 Astros. Mariners are putting it on now. They've scored a bunch. They still are threatening with runners on the corner.
That's another one we missed. We missed that one.
Yep. The Brewers really is the one I'm kicking myself on because we timed it right when they scored. They're still up 7-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Angels up 2-1. Marlins, Padres still early, 1-0 Miami. Like I said, Soler just went yard. 2-2 tie in the bottom of the 2nd in Oakland. We like runs. Remember, Matty gave out the over 8.5 in that one. We're like halfway home in the 2nd inning. And 2-0 D-backs in the bottom of the 2nd. Carroll is up, and you know what that means, Matt. If Carroll is up, that means Marte is on deck. So what I say is but there are 2 outs. So if we get to the Marte at bat, we got another run in Oakland.
Let's go. Must have been a
homer. In the bottom of the 2nd, Oakland takes a 3-2 lead. So that over, that's looking decent there as well. I'll tell you what happens here. We still have Carroll up. If we get to the Marte at bat, let's see if he can, hit a double and make that one a winner. We do get the Marte at bat. It's we do get the Marte at bat. Carol is on first. So we've got Marte. And then, Matty, I say after we get this Marte at bat, we may call it a night.
Okay. So we got Marte. We got Ketel Marte with 36 career at bats. And he's hitting 455 against John Gray. Let's go.
Batter versus pitcher data. Let's go. 1-0 count. Let's get this Marte. Let's get a Marte double and just, be happy on our way out. The Milwaukee one we missed. The Cleveland one we missed. The Phillies one we missed. But hopefully you did not miss it. 1-1 count on Marte. We did hit the Rays at the right time. We did hit the under in the Bronx. We lost on the Orioles because they gave it up in the top of the 10th. Blue Jays got 3 in the top of the 10th. And then we threw a flyer on the Cubbies that did not come home. But we're looking at a profitable night here so far. And then remember, I'll put up these props here just so you can see what we were talking about. Matt was on the Marte over total bases. You see it at plus 105 on DK. He was also on the over 8.5 in Royals A's. That game already has 5. And I was on the team total for the Padres, although it's nothing but, we're early in that game.
Two at bats in. We got 7.
Yeah. We're definitely early still in that one. Ketel Marte has a 1-2 count. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully he gets a little bit of a knock, maybe a double down the line, and we can go home a winner. But just so you know, if this is your first time listening to us, watching us on Live Lines, we're going to be here every Tuesday for the rest of the regular season. Matt, you're also going to be doing Monday night, Thursday night football for the NFL with Keg?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So Monday night football, Thursday night football, as my man Keg would say, come on in, wet the beak, and collect 1-2 count on Ketel Marte. He fouled one off. We'll see what he could do here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys all stopping. If you're not in the Discord, obviously join Keger's Discord. He probably has a link in his bio, Twitter.
He puts it up all the time. Yeah,
and I have it in my bio on Twitter as well.
Seattle runners on the corners. Chicago runners on the corners. Nobody out. Houston just tacked on a couple of runs as well. They're up 5-0 now against the Bo Sox. 1-2 count on Ketel Marte. We're going to wrap up after this at bat. Remember, Matty has the over 1.5 total bases for Marte.
And that was a plus money spot, I think.
Yes. Plus 105 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I mean, we don't just give big favorites. No.
We're allergic to that. I think as someone, Carroll moves to second, by the way. So it's now second and third for Ketel Marte. A base hit would not only help the total bases, but might get 2 runs in for Arizona. 2-2 count on Marte. In the chat, we had a guy that was, I think his handle was minus 150 ain't for me. Full count on Marte.
Yeah,
and that's the way we feel also. We're not giving out minus 170s, minus 180s. We're trying to find plus money. We'll give you a minus 120 here and there if we like it. But we're looking for plus money most of the time. Full count on Marte.
No walk. We don't like walks.
I know. I hate how doesn't count on the total bases.
I know. At least they should give you like a half a base or something.
I agree. He's fouled off 3 pitches, so he's seeing the ball well. I'll tell you that. He's seeing the ball.
Man, there's gonna be runs in that White Sox game. There's gonna be runs in this Athletics game.
He struck him out. Marte strikes out.
He's got 2 Ks against the guy he owns tonight. That's all right.
2 Ks, that batter versus pitcher data. Texas in big trouble. So everybody, thanks to Smokestack, thanks to Cody, Tom Zaffino, as usual, been in there. JW, thanks for everybody. And thanks also to my man Matty. He's new to your town. He's giving out winners. We'll be back next week. Live lines in the building. Hopefully you made some cash. Hopefully you even made more than us because you got the Phillies, because you got the Brewers, because you got the Guardians. But another profitable night here on the Keg channel with Live Lines. We'll see you next week, guys. We out. Peace.
Thanks, boys.
All right. Have a good one.